which they will have to live by if they want to stay in your place. So just specify laws or rules. You can also lay down laws or rules. Now you can also lay down your life, which would mean sacrifice yourself for some reason. So it's another collocation. You can lay down rules or laws, but you can also lay down your life. You can lay down your weapons as well. But if you lay down your life, it means sacrifice. And it's quite a common phrase, so I thought I would mention it. And lastly, number 4, I've got lie down here, just because I think you'll very often hear about somebody having a lay down or something like that. You might hear it as a noun sometimes, and I think when people use it like that, they're mixing it up with lie down, because lie down is actually the verb we use for recline. And so sometimes there will be, people will mix them up. Be aware of that, certainly. But technically, use lie down if you're in an exam or anything like that for when you mean go to bed and lie down and have a sleep. Yeah, doze off, something like that. Now, if you lay into someone, it could mean physically attacking them, beating them up, physically attacking them. It could mean you laid into them with your fists. Or it could mean that you told them off. You laid into your kids when they were being naughty and noisy again. So then it would be similar to berate someone, scold someone, reprimand someone. But all 3 of those words are very formal. They're good words, but they're very formal. Informally, we'd normally say tell someone off, or there are some other expressions we could use. But lay into someone could mean tell someone off, or it could mean criticise. This is probably even more common than number 2, so I probably should have put it into position number 2 or even number 1. But if you say the Minister for Education has laid into her critics, it would mean she's attacked her critics, but not beaten them up, of course. She's hit out at her critics. So she's criticised the critics. She's arguing back. She's attacking them. So it can mean attack someone in a metaphorical sense. It can mean attack someone with words and not necessarily with your fists. So yeah, please remember that lay into can also mean criticise, and it very often does. Okay, if you lay someone off and you're the boss, then you make that person redundant. It's not exactly the same as sacking someone or firing someone, because when you sack someone or fire someone, it means that they've been doing something wrong. They haven't obeyed by the rules which you have laid down. Yeah, they've broken those rules in some kind of way, and you sack them. But when you lay someone off, the business needs to downsize. The business is cutting back on staff. Yeah, the staff is the number of members of staff are thinning out. So it's like cut back on staff when you lay someone off. Okay, you need to cut back on staff. It's another good phrasal verb, so I always put them up on the board. Now, if you just use this word as an imperative and say lay off, and this is really common in America, or it seems to me from the American TV shows I've watched, it's exactly the same as leave off. I think we would normally say leave off here, meaning stop bothering me, stop pestering me, stop annoying me, leave me alone. But secondly, it could also mean stop, especially in the sense of give up. When are you going to lay off the smoking? Then it would mean when are you going to give up smoking? So you do see it used in that sense as well. Now, lay on is normally used like provide. A very good example here is they laid on a buffet at the wedding, and then that would mean they provided a buffet at the wedding. So it's to provide some kind of service, or especially a buffet, a lovely meal or something like that at a party or a formal event. It's normally provide some kind of service or food and drink at a party or an event, but provide basically. Not very often used, but sometimes. And if you lay something on the line, this is more idiomatic and it means risk. If you lay your career on the line, it means you're risking your career, perhaps because you want to get some kind of advantage from this. But lay your career on the line, it means you're risking your career. If you lay your life on the line, it means you are risking your life. So you may have to lay down your life if you lay your life on the line and you lose, and the risk, you know, is it ends up with you losing your life. So yeah, lay something on the line would be risk. Lay something out is normally arrange. So when you get to work, you might have lots of things in your bag and you might lay them all out on your desk because you need them for work. Perhaps you've got a load of books that you need that day and you lay them out on your desk. And it means arrange them on your desk. But you can also lay something out, like lay out a plan or lay out an idea. And then you're explaining the plan, you're explaining the idea, you're arranging all the important parts of the plan in people's heads, basically. You're explaining it to them. So you can lay out a plan. You don't have to lay out objects on a desk. You can also lay out a plan or lay out an idea, meaning explain it. Explain what your idea is in detail. But if you lay someone out, you knock someone out. This is quite colloquial, it's more like slang. He laid him out. It means he knocked him out with a really hard punch, usually. But I suppose you could lay someone out with a brick as well, why not? Okay, if you are laid over in the middle of a journey, then you have a stop in the middle of a journey, very often used for flights, more often than anything else, in fact. When you have a flight, I don't know, if you're going to Moscow and you have a stopover in Germany, in Frankfurt, that would be also called a layover, a stopover or a layover. And you can say, my flight was laid over in Frankfurt, and it just means it stopped in Frankfurt and then it continued. So it's a stop in the middle of a journey, especially a flight. Normally it's used for flights, yeah, when there's a transit destination which you stop at and then you'll go again a bit later. If you lay someone up, or if something lays you up, it forces you to stay in bed. So the flu can lay you up, a disease or an illness can lay you up, or you can say he has been laid up for several days because of his worsening condition or something like that. So when it's not very common in my opinion, I don't use it often, but it's when something forces you to stay in bed. And if you lay hold of something, you get hold of something. Lay hold of and get hold of are identical. It means obtain would be the formal way of saying it, obtain. So you might say, I'm trying to lay hold of, I don't know, the last stamp which will complete my collection. Yeah, I'm trying to get hold of, I'm trying to obtain that final stamp which will complete my stamp collection. Something like that. Okay, I hope that's all clear. If you have any questions, and especially about this confusion, which is really, really common, please put them under the video and I'll be delighted to answer them. Thanks for watching everybody, and I hope to see you all soon.